Hello, welcome. I'm Christy from Christy Stamp and Spot. Welcome. Um, I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States. Um, I love when you think about it too quickly and you get out of sync. So welcome everybody. It is a Thursday morning, June 29th. I cannot believe June is already over. And the heat has gone up here. We had a little bit of a cool down overnight, but man, it's getting hot here in southern Arizona. Um, I know the rest of the country though is got that really bad air quality. So hopefully everyone is staying safe and staying cool. Maybe get some craft time in. So I have a really cute, fun card for you guys today. A quick card using some of that fabulous Zoo Crew Designer Series paper. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let me go ahead and set you guys down. Awesome. Okay, so this is the card that we're going to make today. It's a super cute hedgehog. I love this hedgehog. As soon as I saw the Zoo Crew paper, I knew that I wanted to get it. Make a card just with it. So this is a super cute suite, but we're just going to use the Designer Series paper today. And we're actually going to use this sheet of it. It's a gorgeous set of paper. Like, it's so adorable. If you love these critters, this is definitely some of the paper for you. So in each of the sheets, one of the stamps coordinates and the dies cut it out. Oh my gosh, look at the little rabbit and the crocodile on the bike, and this super cute fox on the moped, right? There's a bunny on a scooter. And is that what is that? An ostrich on roller skates? So cute, right? So, and again, this is the 12 by 12, the Zoo Crew Designer Series paper or pattern paper. And you get 12 sheets, 2 of each, 6-sided designs. And on the back, it has this fabulous black and white that goes so well. But oh my gosh, I love all of these critters. Here's one that's all musical with the musical notes and the frog and the turtle. You guys have probably seen that turtle before. I've used him quite a bit. And we have the matching die and stamp that actually matches. The accordion bear is like cute. So that a warthog playing a banjo and a beaver playing the bongos. It's adorable, right? Love it, love it. Okay. And then here's a ballerina, the dancing. We've got, I guess that's like a reindeer and a sheep and a cheetah. And this looks like it could be like a mink or an otter or a weasel or something. I'm not sure. He's super cute though. I love all these. And beautiful, super cute hippo, right? Fabulous. And then this side has got also black and white, but it's got a little hash marks. And then here's a camping or hiking. Got a pig with a backpack and a lion roasting a marshmallow. The skunk with a little bird on him. He's so cute, right? These are super cute. There's a little possum taking pictures, right? Fabulous. I don't know, is that like a gerbil or hamster catching butterflies? It's super cute, and it's got a little bit of heels. And then this one is got flowers on the back. I know I'm missing. It's 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, right, the party one. Okay, so we have the one that we're going to use today, and the party one is the one I'm missing. And you can tell I've used it. I've got it all cut up. I know, I'm pretty sure I have another piece in here of that sheet. Here it is right here. With the koala juggling cupcakes and the little elephant with this little banner, and there's a raccoon with the balloons, and that one matches the stamp and the die. Armadillo. So these are super totes adorbs, the puppy with all that fun confetti. So you can actually color these or leave them the way they are. I'm actually going to color the hedgehog, and so it's on the back one has stars, black and white stars. And so this is the sheet, and I think this is probably my favorite sheet because I really love. I've made one. I think I showed you guys one of these earlier of the yoga Zen sloth. Isn't it adorable? We're gonna actually use this hedgehog today, who's painting the little heart. But look at that. They have a knitting llama and a baking goat, right? A reading bear. So this is probably my favorite of all of them. And then it has this funny bit in the back. I love all of these critters. So it was hard for me to even use this other side because I love all these critters. But right now, the Designer Series paper is on sale. This one is a part of that sale that's going on until tomorrow. The 30th is the last day of the Designer Series paper sale. So you will find the link in this description of this video, like if you want to, download this little PDF, or you can actually just go into the online store and it'll show which ones are on sale. But most of our Designer Series papers that goes with our sets are on sale. They're 15% off, so that is a really lovely setting, especially if you want to buy multiple packs. This sale ends tomorrow, so the 30th is the last day. So I'm actually going to show you, even though I don't have, go ahead and put this paper back in here so I don't get it ruined. Love my Designer Series paper. Okay, put that back. Okay, so the other sales too, but I want to make sure I don't forget that stuff later. So what I'm going to show you today to make this card. We are going to use a piece of this Designer Series paper, and I'm actually going to show you how I cut out. I'm going to use a punch to get this little hedgehog right here. So even though it's cut off at the top, you can still use these critters. That's actually the one that I'm going to use right here. And I'm actually using the 2-inch, and which is an online exclusive punch. It's like $22. You can find that in my online store under punches or in the online exclusives. We're going to also use the 2 3/8 punch. And you can find that, again, it will be you can find it in the bundles. It goes with a punch bundle with that really beautiful set, Circle Sayings, or you can get it by yourself. And that by itself, it is also in the catalog. That one's in the catalog. You're gonna need a hole punch. I'm gonna show you how to use your hole punch to make these cute little notches to inset your ribbon or your twine. We're gonna use the linen thread with that today. We are gonna color our hedgehog, so we need a little bit of that. We're going to use some of these fabulous iridescent pastel gems, which are my favorite. And then we're going to use the painted texture embossing folder. And the painted texture embossing folder, you can find that on page, let me pull this open, page 169 of your catalog. It's right here. And it is a 3D embossing folder. So that means when you make your sandwich, you use that special plate. I think it's gray with your Stamp and Emboss. So you would just use, what, plate 4. So you would just use your die. You don't need your number 2. You just need the number 1 and your number 4 when you run those 3D embossing folders through your cut and emboss machine. So I love the 3D, but the paint works great, and because it's a painting hedgehog, I was like, ooh, let's use that painting one. And then, like I said, you can find all the Designer Series papers starting on page 128, and you can find the Zoo Crew Designer Series paper, pattern paper, on page 132 of your catalog. It's right here. So it's regularly $12.50. It's 15% off, so I think it's $10.62. So that's a really great, especially if you're going to buy extra. Lovely, fabulous right there. And then the stamp set that we're going to use is called Happy Labels. And this was, I think, in the mini catalog the last mini catalog that we had is paired with a punch, but it's a fabulous set of words. I love them. And so page 50, and it has like yay, hello, and of course that's what we're going to use is the hello, because I love hello. That's like my favorite. But it has a lot of fun things like life is better with you. You're going to be amazing parents. You've got the biggest heart, which is actually what we're going to use for the inside. I decided to do that because we've got a little bit of this heart Designer Series paper, and he's making a little drawing a heart there, painting a heart. So that works for the stamp set. And I just want to hug you. You're my happy place. Love and miss you. Thank you. Yay, just to know. I love the yay. I've used the yay a bunch and the hello a bunch, but it's a really great set. So you can find that on page 50, and it is photopolymer, and it was designed to go with the Happy Labels punch, and the Happy Labels Pick a Punch, page 147. I did not put a tag right here. So you can find it. That's the one on page 147. This one down here. It kind of has like the postage stamp. It is actually made to match that, so that the three different sizes will fit your the width of your stamps. So you can make it any length, of course, you want when you put them in to use that fun edge. But I don't know if you've ever used one of the banners, Pick a Punch, or the Happy Labels. They're really great. Those are great, like stuff to have in your stash. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. Get all my little pieces out here that we need. I've done some of the stuff before because I want it to be quick as it's Thursday. Okay, so you're gonna need. We're gonna use petal pink card base, and again, it's my 8.5 by 11, our regular cardstock, and I've just cut it in half at 4 1/4 and scored it at 5.5. So it's the 11 by 4 1/4. I'm gonna need an inside panel for my inside, and I do mine at 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So that's kind of my normal inside panel. And then I've cut some strips of, this is from the Subtles 6x6. Now these ones are not on sale. It's not part of our designer series paper sale, but these are the ones that come in all of the different color families. And so they all have those same 4 patterns in all of the colors: hash, the stripes, the dots, and the hearts, which is the one with what's on the back of the hearts. This other dash. That's the darker dash. And so I'm using a piece of the petal pink with the hearts, and this should be at a 1/2 inch. It's doing a 1/2 inch of this. Let's make sure. Yeah, a 1/2 inch. So you just need a 1/2 inch, and then I got 2 other 1/2 inch strips that I'm going to use for the back and the inside of the card. So we're going to put that here and on the back of the card, because I always like to keep that little bit of the heart, to have the heart go all the way through. And then we're going to need a piece of white, and I just did the regular 4 by 5 1/4, and I just dry embossed it with my Painted Texture 3D embossing folder. So that's going to be my layer, and we're gonna build everything on our panel and then glue it down onto our card base. So we're going to, besides our piece of Subtles designer series paper, we're going to need 2 little strips of petal pink and 2 little strips of the Calypso coral. And these are 1/8 by 4 is how, I think, are they 1/4? I think they're 1/4. 1/8 is too little. I think it's 1/4. Yes, 1/4. So they're 1/4. I don't know why I keep thinking it's 1/8. I think they're small. They're not that small. Okay, and we're just going to glue them on. I'm going to layer them on my card front, just like this. And then after I get that layered on and trimmed up, this one's a little bit too long, but I can just trim that up. I'll show you guys how to do that. And then I'm going to use my hole punch to make 2 little notches for my linen thread, and then we'll wrap our linen thread, and then we'll glue it down on our card front. Let's get this out of the way because I keep knocking into it. So we're going to use my 2-inch punch. So this is the one that you can get. It's an online exclusive, and so I hate to lose any of these. This one, the Hedgehog's still really good. So I'm actually going to use my 2-inch punch. I'm just going to put it all the way so that the edge of the circle is right there, and then move it around so I can get the most of the picture in there. Just like that. So now I've used him. I'm not really lost anything of the image. See, I did another one just like it. So that you can use those edges. You don't have to lose any of that. Now, on this card here, when I made this and after I colored it and put it on this, it kind of got wavy. I don't know if you can really see it on camera, but it's kind of like wavy. And I felt like it didn't have enough structure to it. So I'm actually going to punch another 2-inch circle out of my petal pink just so I can layer this on there to give it a little bit more stability, and then I'm going to glue it onto my 2 3/8 punch piece of vellum. So it's just a regular piece of vellum that I punched out with my other punch. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue this down, and then we'll color our hedgehog. You see, hopefully everything is going good. I did not need to see if... Oh, hi, Xana. My daughter did say too. That sounds good. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and start gluing this down. Oh, so it's Thursday. I love Thursdays. Thursdays in the summer are my favorite because that's when all the new movies come out. I know, it's exciting, right? We are going to go see, I think, we're going to go see an early showing of that one with the Kraken. And, oh, I put that too high. You want to get this down a little bit lower because you're going to put the other pieces on it. So this really... Let's see, I still put it way too high. So yeah, we're gonna go see that the Kraken one, the little girl, the girl Kraken in the Against the Mermaids, that animated DreamWorks movie. I'm excited. That should be fun. And then later this evening, we're gonna see the new Indiana Jones. I love summer. Okay, there we go. All right, so it's gonna be it's above half mark. It's above the half mark, and then it's above, but it's not exactly middle, right? So it's a little bit above. And I'm going to start with this one because I'm going to layer the other ones on top. So it is okay that I got glue everywhere because we're just going to put more glue on here and put more of these strips on. So I'm going to glue my little strips. And I am putting a lot, I don't worry about the glue. I can kind of get the glue off with my glue eraser. But when you do put a little bit of glue on there, it does give you a little bit more wiggle room. And right now, my glue is just drying so quickly that I seem to be putting too much glue on. Just so I can get a little bit of wiggle room, but here we go. Doesn't help me. I started off on the wrong side, but that's okay. There we go. I mean, even if it was higher, it would be okay, but I'm going to start it right here. So that's the top. And so again, and then you can, of course, use this with any of your colors. This is a kind of a fun layout to just add a little bit of color. Instead of using ribbon, you can use your cardstock or your designer series paper or your pattern paper to kind of add a little bit of color to your emboss sheet. Like I love using the embossing folders to kind of jazz up the cardstock. I always want to go for like clean and simple, but it does not last very long. I find I can't do it. Really. Okay, so then once you get your strips on, I'm going to go ahead and trim them. Let me get this. So you can cut them exactly at 4, so it fits, or you can do where it trims over this, a little bit of a trim. It's better if it's a little bit more than a little bit. Like I would do it if you weren't going to, it's harder to trim when it's a really small amount. So if you like to trim, I would make it like 4.5, 5. Makes it easier to trim it off. But that works too. Yay! Okay, so there we go. So now I do have too much glue. And like I said, I use my glue erasers a lot because I am a bit of a messy crafter. And I got these. You can get these at like Michael's or on Amazon, or you can even get them at the Dollar Tree. They have them at the Dollar Tree. Like I guess it's like $1.25. Stampin' Up used to sell these a lot back in the day. I actually think I have 1 or 2 that are actually from Stampin' Up. They last a really long time. But definitely I would get, and they're just regular craft erasers, right? We do have the sand erasers, which is a little bit different. That one you can use to get a little bit of ink off your cardstock. You just need to not rub too hard. There we go, and I got all it off. I got out so much. Okay, so I've after you get that on and it's nice and dry, I'm going to make sure it's dry so that you don't have glue all over. But also, we're going to go ahead and use our hole punch. So you need one, I don't know, this one's kind of a regular size. It's not like a tiny one. My crocodile has two, has that little bitty one. We want like, it's kind of like the regular size hole punch. And I'm just going to punch it so it's halfway, right? So it's not a full amount of punch, but only halfway. So it's just like a little notch. We're just going to put a little bitty notch in the edge right here. Just like that. Doo-doo-doo. That's it. That's it. A little bit of notch, which is fun. I like to use the little notches. So whatever kind of that was a Stampin' Up! Crocodile. We haven't. I don't think we've sold those in a while either. But you can get those again, Michaels, or whatever hole punch. I mean, we always have like a ton of hole punches running around. And then this is the linen thread, which I dropped. Here we go. You're gonna just wrap it around, and I like using the notch because it really does help. Right? You can also put a little bit of adhesive on the back to help, but the notch is kind of fun, right? It's a kind of a fun add to make it a little bit more different. Another little element to make your card a little unique. Okay, let's go ahead and cut my linen thread, and I can pull it back. There we go. I got this one too small. All right, pulled it too tight. Hold my tongue just right. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so I have not. I was a little under the weather. Wasn't on Tuesday. I was running a slight fever, but I don't know if I was sick or if I just got overheated. I could not cool down. And we've got our AC on now, so I just didn't know. I didn't feel very good. I think I just got too overheated. I had a very fun weekend shopping in the big city. So I think I just got overly heated, didn't get cooled down. Look at that, isn't that cute? So there you go. So just adding that little bit of the notch, kind of, it, I don't want to just say jazzes it up, but it is kind of a fun little element to this easy card. Okay, so then we're just going to color our little hedgehog. He is so cute. I love this hedgehog so much. So I'm just going to use some crumb cake and let's see, and then I'm going to use the light gray granite for the ground and to kind of go around his the little easel. Let me go ahead and zoom in so maybe you guys can see this a little bit better. Okay, and then I'm going to use the petal pink on his little cheeks and on the inside of my heart. Right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to use the light. Oh, let's use my dark gray granite, or the dark crumb cake first. I'm just going to color my little hedgehog. It's not going to be that difficult. Just adding a little bit. I am doing it a little bit swirly to kind of give it a little bit of texture. Of course, it's just a preference. You can go back over it with the light crumb cake with more swirls. It really does give it a little bit of texture, which is kind of fun. I love this hedgehog. So cute. Stampin' Blends. Now, if you can see, I have this surface, and you definitely need the surface. Although it's harder to tell, you can see it kind of bleeds through. So one of the reasons that you should always try to use your blends and use a surface, a scratch paper or a grid paper underneath is because it will bleed through. You don't want it to get to color your mat. So this one I'm not going to do as tight. I'm just going to do a little bit on there. And just change it up a little bit. And then I'm just going to color the rest of him in with the crumb cake. His little hands. And his face and belly with the light crumb cake. He's so cute. I love these little images. So, and he would still look good even without coloring him. You don't have to color him, but, and this is such a small space. Coloring him with markers or using your watercolors would be nice. And then I'm just going to take the light petal pink and do his little cheek. I think that's so cute. And then I'm going to color in this heart just to give it a little bit more color. And then I'm going to take the gray granite, the light gray granite. I'm just going to go over the edges of my easel. So I'm not coloring the whole image, but most of it. Right? Just giving it a little bit of color. And I'm just going to add a little bit to the ground. Not a lot, just a little bit. There we go. See, that's super easy and not a lot, but so super cute. Okay, so and of course nothing would be but, done without a little bit of wink. I love my Wink Estella. I always try to test my wink on the edge to make sure that it's not going to go and splooge out everywhere. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to add a little bit to his cheek, and then I'm going to add a little bit to the paintbrush. Actually, I wanted to color that paintbrush. Get out my gray, granite, a little bit. There we go. Because it has a little bit of pink on the edge that is from the designer series paper, and I wanted to color that pink. There we go. So just adding a little bit of the color. Hopefully that the zoom will fit. So cute. He's such a cute. All right. And like I said, when I did this one, I just did the designer series paper, and it kind of, you can kind of see it here. Like it's still pretty, but see how it kind of went all, the glue made it not as sturdy. So I'm still gonna use the glue. I'm not gonna use a lot of glue, but I'm gonna use a little bit of glue. But I am gonna put it on a piece of petal pink cardstock to give it a little bit of stability. And then I'm going to glue it onto the back of this vellum. And I just punched this vellum. It's our regular vellum with the 2 3/8 punch that is in the catalog that you can get in the punch bundle with that circle sayings, which is quite awesome, of our regular vellum. You do have a couple of really nice specialty vellums. But there we go. That gives it a little bit more stability so it won't maybe go as wavy. So while that's drying, let's go ahead and glue our card front onto our card base. It really does, when you use those notches, it really does hold your thread nice, especially if you want your thread to be held in a specific place. Like you don't want it to move around a lot. It's nice to use that, the little notching technique, especially if you have it on a really small space and you want to make sure you keep it on that small space. That as the notching helps. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. Okay. And then set that aside. And now we need our Stampin' Dimensionals. And I am going to put 3 on here. And put that over top. So it's going to go over top of our card just like that. Awesome. Okay, then we need to stamp our sentiment. So I've just gotten a strip of some scrap basic white, and actually let me zoom back out a little bit so you can see. I think this one's just a 1/2 inch. no, it's a little bit bigger than a ½ inch. So it's, what is that, 5/8 wide, but I'm going to cut it down. So, because I'm going to make it small. So I'm going to use the Calypso Coral, and I'm using the Hello from the Happy Label stamp set. This Hello right here from the Happy Label stamp set. And so I've got it mounted onto my little block. Stamp that up. And then I want to flag one end, right? I'm just going to stick that on there. Oops. Flipped over. Oh, do it again. Got it caught and then I didn't. And I really should be using a mat when you use your photopolymer, especially with words. It helps. The bigger stamps and the words, it does really help to use your photopolymer. I mean, to use your Stampin' Pierce mat. This is one that I've cut in half. There we go. Put that out of the way. Don't put that away too far. All right, so where's my snips? Cut that. And then I'm just going to snip it. So if you're much more confident, you can make it. I know that if I make my strip really small, I have a terrible time getting it on there straight. So for me, it's easier to just use my paper snips to cut it close to make a smaller banner like that. So I'm going to leave a little bit of an edge right here because I'm going to tuck it under, right? And so on this side, I'm going to flag it. I think that's too much. There we go. Cut in the middle. Perfect. And then I'm going to use some more Stampin' Dimensionals to put that on there. And I like to use, so a one Stampin' Dimensional would fit, but I really like to use like the little edges when I make it on these little bitty banners. So I'm going to, and I'm not going to put the it down on this edge. You can see that. I'm just going to, because I'm going to tuck it under, but I'm going to stick it with the dimensional. So I'm going to put that up here at the top. So it's kind of, it goes underneath and kind of between the line, like between those two strips, the Petal Pink and the Calypso Coral. So just like that with the little ribbon right below it. The little linen where I've tied. Isn't that cute? And then I've got it caught. Oops. There we go. Okay. And then we need to add some gems. And like I said, I'm using these fabulous iridescent pastel gems, which I love. They are, I love this Calypso Coral. It's really pretty. And just going to put one right here. And a little one right there. And another little one right here. Okay, so let's fix my bow. Made that one's just a little bit long. So I'll just trim it. Go. Awesome. So now our front is done. Isn't that cute? Super cute. Okay, so then to finish it off, we need to add our inside layer and finish it off on the back of our card. So let me make this bigger so you guys can see. Go. And then add this heart. This is that subtle designer series paper. And we want to put that on the bottom of this one too. 1, 2, What did I do with that other piece? Here it is. I had this all cut and ready to go for Tuesday, but I was just not feeling good at all. There. Okay, I got a little bit of glue right there. Pretty. Oh, I do really like it. Okay, so I thought it was really pretty awesome that stamp set had the I have a hello on this one, but it has the um the heart. You have the biggest heart. So let's go ahead and use that one on the inside of this one because you've got the biggest heart. This is the hug. This is you've got the biggest heart. Here we go. And then put that on a block. Nice and straight. And I'm going to use the Calypso Coral again. Stamp it, make sure. Oh yeah, that looks good. And I'm just going to stamp it down here. You've got the biggest heart. Isn't that sweet? And then I'll put that on the back. No, hello is my favorite. Hello. And then you've got the biggest heart is nice on the inside. And then, oh, I forgot to put my logo. It's never finished until I've got my Stampin' Up! Logo on there. And this is the one that I got from, that you can get in the catalog that's with the Stamped with Love stamp set. And it's so fabulous. I really like this one. And I love last year's as well, but this one, the font's just a little bit bigger, so it's a little bit easier to see when it stamps, which is nice. Let's go ahead and put this in. And I got glue everywhere. Put that on. Just like that. Do-do-do. And then, where is my, a little bit of glue right there. There we go. Awesome. There we go. And we're done. So we've got the little notch in the little designer series paper. And you could use this layout with any of the super cute Zoo Crew critters or any of your favorite designs. But using a little bit of that paper and then matching it up with some regular cardstock is a fun way to kind of make that paper go longer and to kind of, you know, change it up a little bit. It's lovely. And then the notch to hold your ribbon or your linen thread is really nice. And again, if you have a really fat ribbon, you might want to use like one of your bigger punches. Like if you have a half a punch, kind of like when we do the pulls, to hold it in place, but with just the regular ribbon and linen thread, just using that regular hole punch works fantastic. And of course, we've got that inside. The biggest heart. Isn't that super cute? Oh my gosh. Love, love, love. So I hope you guys enjoyed this super cute card today. Cute little hedgehog with it from the Zoo Crew. Like I said, tomorrow is the last day of the designer series paper sale. So if you are waiting to the last minute, now this is about it. Last I checked, all of them were back. The one that was the Irresistible Blooms, I think the designer series paper that matches that set was out, but I think it's back in now. So I didn't check, but last time I didn't check like right before I came on. But I think most of the designer series papers are all still available. And yeah, get them at that fabulous price. So tomorrow is the last day for that, as well as it's the last day for our Starter Kit Plus. And Starter Kit Plus is a promotion that Stampin' Up! Is doing to kind of, you know, extend that discount out. So instead of the regular $125 of merchandise you get for $99 when you join Stampin' Up!, they're going to give you $155 of product, as well as be able to get online exclusives to add to that starter kit. Also, any of the designer series papers at that great price. You can add that to your starter kit and as a part of that $155, as well as you get free shipping. I mean, the shipping and it's like adding that free shipping. So if you missed our free shipping day, if you get the Starter Kit Plus, you can also take advantage of that because they have free shipping, always free shipping with our starter kits. And being a semiconductor demonstrator is really awesome. There is no obligation. If it's not for you, you do not have to stay active. You can just go back to being a customer. But the benefits and perks are pretty awesome. You get to see the new at the end of July. We're going to get to see the new mini for holiday mini. It's going to be out, and again, you can still purchase the online exclusives. We have that really fabulous one horse open sleigh set, and one of the other really pretty stamp sets that are available just for demonstrators now. Now that all of those will go wide starting July 6th. So we'll have other fabulous things will be available online only starting July 6th. But that's one of the benefits of being a demonstrator. You get to see stuff early and order stuff early, and then you get to order at a discount, which is really awesome too. So, but again, that starter kit plus that promotion that you can get that extra $25, so $155 instead of the regular $125, ends tomorrow. So if you have any questions about that or interested, I will have all the links in the video, as well as we're right now in the Fun in the Sun, which is our paper pumpkin. So you can still get the refill for the June paper pumpkin, those beautiful vases, as well as get those vases dies that go with the coordinates with that set. With the June paper pumpkin, that's available now, and then you can you have till July 10th to get the Fun in the Sun. So that one is going to be a fun fold, which is so exciting with that fabulous fun in the sun. You can see that the tropical beach kind of theme. So I'm excited about that. Their paper pumpkins are always getting better and better and better. And paper pumpkin, again, I'll have the information in the description of a video. That is Stampin' Up's monthly paper crafting subscription. So it's a great deal. You get that stuff, comes right to your house. It has all the projects are already figured out for you. They do all the hard work, and you just get to put it together and have all the fun. So that's pretty awesome. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed the little hedgehogs. I just love this. And the Zoo Crew. Hopefully you guys have gotten some of that Zoo Crew paper. It's so beautiful. I love that pattern paper. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And, be safe and stay cool and happy crafting. Bye, guys.